this is comedian Mike King, who's a suicide prevention, I don't know if activist is the right word, I apologize if that's the wrong word, but works in that area now with Gumboot Friday, talking about what's happening in New Zealand at the moment, especially around youth suicide. And the reason that I want to play this, especially if you haven't seen it, is to demonstrate, I guess, when somebody is so into something, and I think the wording I used in the YouTube write-up is identifying a systemic issue in our healthcare. So let's have a listen to Mike. It's 5 minutes long, but it's worth listening to. I don't think we'll come in and interrupt this because, as I said, I don't have a lot to add to this, but we are going to talk about this afterwards. So here's Mike King on The Rock this morning.
More kids die from eating disorders than any other mental health disorder out there.
I bet so many people would not know that.
No. It is the most deadly. And it is the silent,
boys and girls.
Yeah, it's the silent one. I can tell you right now, you have listeners in their houses, in their cars, crying right now and nodding their heads because their kids are suffering and no one can say. And the wait list to get there, to get to see a specialist is 18 months. 18 months. I have so many families taking their sick children with eating disorders and being turned away. I have families who have had their child in the eating disorder ward at Auckland Hospital who have been kicked out of the ward, who have attempted suicide on the way out the gate.
Yeah.
And then tried to get back in and they just get turned away. Wow. Now, this is only a problem for families affected by it. But every family knows a family that this is happening to, but we're all remaining silent. So if you have a child, and this is my message to everyone out there, if you have a child with an eating disorder now, or potentially is going to have an eating disorder later in their life because they don't like who they are, they don't like how they look, they think they're the only ones screwing everything up. If you think that someone is going to come in on a white horse and save your child, there are no white horses coming. There's no one coming. If you put your faith in the system, there is a better than evens chance that your child will die because no one is coming. Now, we can either sit around and we can whinge about it, or we can do one of two things about it. We can invest in our own system, which is Gumboot Friday. And if you can't invest, stop being silent. You need to speak up about this. I am sick and tired of people coming to me and go, I love your post, Mike. I love your post. What, the post where I wrote about the mum whose child's dying or whose child is dead? You love that post. These posts aren't meant for you to be, you're not meant to love these posts. You're meant to be hurt by these posts. You're meant to be scared by these posts. You are meant to be horrified. You are meant to be angry. Be angry. Stop being silent and leaving it for other people to do it. Because I'll tell you now, other people are tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of leaving my home on the fucking weekend and having my wife crying because I'm not home. I'm tired of all these fucking virtue signalers on social media telling me what I should be doing. I'm just tired. I can't do it. We collectively have to fucking do something. We cannot let the bureaucrats that run this country, and this is not a political thing, if you think that when National get in, things are going to be different, you're living in la-la land.
Yeah.
If we don't do something about these arrogant bureaucrats, then no one is going to do anything. I hear parents all the time talking about their kids leaving their socks on the floor or dishes in the sink. There are hundreds of families out there that would give anything for their kids' socks to be on the floor. To fucking have dishes in the sink. It's fucked up. The system is fucked up and no one is doing anything about it. We have to do some shit.
You're doing stuff about it though, Mike.
I can't do it anymore, honestly. I just can't.
I know, but you've done so much though, man.
Just broken, man.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking
I know.
broken.
Yeah.
But you have saved so many families though, man. I know that probably doesn't feel much when I say it, and people say it to you, but it's so honestly true, man. You have saved so many families. You continue to do every week. You ask people to do what you're doing right now to be vulnerable. Like you doing this, like you continue to do so much great work to save so many New Zealanders, man. Like I, on behalf of everybody listening, those families you have saved, thank you. Like what you've 100% changed the game for so many families in this country, mate. And so many people listening, like New Zealanders that listen to the show, like want to be part of that change to stop all this broken.
So many people do.
System that's fucked.
They don't know where to go. They know that you and I Am Hope and Gumboot Friday is the one shining beacon of hope, of leading the way, of trying to make that change. And you have made the change.
Yeah, you have.
You have.
Well, my wife's a deputy principal, Mike, and sorry. So she said, without you, Gumboot Friday, that's the only time she could get kids in. Otherwise, there was nothing.
Honestly, without other people's help, without people donating, my big fear is it's just not going to be there.
Yeah, we can text in boots for Gumboot Friday, $3 donation.
Yeah, to 469.
469.
There you go. We'll leave it at that. That comes to an end. Well, let's leave that up. I mean, like, I know that we joke, we don't really joke around, but we talk around sometimes about, you know, if you want to be a patron, if you want to be a Patreon, yada, yada, yada. Look, if you want to support something, there's something you could support literally right now. In fact, I will do it. And hopefully some of you guys will as well. And it's as they just said, it's a $3 donation. And why the fuck not? 469. Yep. Enter and go Boots, BOOTS. Done, sent, done. Thank you for donating $3 to Gumboot Friday, where 100% of this goes to funding free youth counselling via gumbootfriday.com. So there you go. Yep. So Steve just said, how can we do more? There you go, right there. And look, there's not many of us. We're just a few little ones, and you know, this won't add a huge amount to their coffers, but you know. We won't. If tonight you ever thought about being a patron on our thing, don't worry about it tonight. Don't think about it tonight. Do a text Boots to 469 and make a $3 donation, and you know the little bit that we can do here with you guys watching can do here might help a little bit. I mean, the thing I liked as well is from being someone who's worked in radio and knowing a couple of those guys, not well, but well enough to say good day to them in the hallways. You know, The Rock is the big tough. Think about The Rock, yeah? The big tough, blokey, burly, you know, fuck you kind of radio station. Two things. From knowing working in radio, even on The Rock, the whole kind of swearing, the old F word, is not really the done thing. I love that they just let it go. I mean, it would have been terrible if they had gone, okay, I'll go watch those F words then, like, let it go. Great. It was real. It was raw. There's not going to be any issues with that. But also, that's the place, you know, it started in Hamilton, The Rock alongside The Edge. It was the, you know, the dirty, misogynist, sexist radio station that made tits and ass jokes all the time. And that was sort of their label. And now it's evolved. I noticed on the billboard in the background, it says since 1991. And what's that, 31 years, it's evolved into one of the hosts there is one of the original hosts who's been there the whole 30 plus years. Rog is his name. All of them in tears talking about youth suicide. I just think it's quite a nice commentary on where we are in 2022 versus perhaps where some of these places were, or some who these people were in the 1990s. Sorry, I'm finished talking now, George.
Yeah, they definitely weren't taking the piss since 91 then, weren't they? Which I guess there's a time and place not to take the piss since 91.
Yeah.